The pungent aroma of marijuana hung heavy in the air, the stench of death that permeated the Riverside Grow house. It was a scene straight out of a horror film, a massacre that left even seasoned detectives struggling to stomach the carnage. Blood-splattered walls, bullet holes riddled bodies, and a silence so profound it screamed. 7 souls extinguished, their dreams ending in a tangled mess of illegal enterprise and unimaginable brutality. The victims, women and men, were just cogs in the machine, lured by the promise of quick money in the booming world of illegal marijuana cultivation. Now, they were nothing more than chalk outlines, their futures snuffed out in a flash of violence. Forensics meticulously documented every shell casing, every drop of blood, every footprint, desperate clues in a puzzle that seemed impossible to solve. The house itself was nondescript, a stucco ranch-style home on a quiet cul-de-sac, a stark reminder that evil often lurks beneath the veneer of normalcy. Neighbors were too terrified to speak openly, whispered of strange comings and goings, of hushed phone calls and suspicious vehicles, but fear had kept them silent, their silence now a heavy burden of guilt and regret. The motive for such a brutal crime seemed obvious: money. The black market marijuana industry is a billion-dollar enterprise, rife with competition and violence. Had a rival operation decided to eliminate the competition permanently, or was it something more personal, a vendetta gone horribly wrong? Detectives explored every avenue, their investigation leading them down a rabbit hole of shady investors, disgruntled employees and ruthless enforcers. Rumors swirled of a mysterious kingpin, a shadowy figure known only as El Jefe, who ruled the local drug trade with an iron fist. Was he the mastermind behind the massacre, or were these whispers merely the product of fear and speculation? We're following every lead, every whisper. Detective Miller, a veteran homicide investigator with weary eyes and a haunted demeanor, confided in reporters. But so far we're coming up empty. It's like these guys vanished into thin air. The families of the victims, their grief compounded by frustration and anger, demanded answers. They held candlelight vigils, their faces etched with sorrow, pleading for anyone with information to come forward. But the code of silence that pervaded the underworld of drugs and violence held strong, leaving their cries for justice unanswered. Weeks turned into months, and the trail ran cold. The investigation, hampered by a lack of cooperation from witnesses and a tangled web of conflicting evidence, seemed to hit a dead end. The few potential leads they had, a suspicious vehicle spotted fleeing the scene, a burner phone traced to a nearby town, led nowhere. "It's like chasing ghosts," Detective Miller admitted, his voice heavy with frustration. These guys knew what they were doing, they covered their tracks well. The community, once a peaceful enclave, was now gripped by fear and suspicion. The massacre shattered their sense of security, leaving them wondering if the monsters among them would ever be brought to justice. Even as the initial shock faded, the memory of that horrific night lingered, a dark cloud hanging over the town. Today, the Riverside Marijuana Grow house massacre remains unsolved, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most ordinary places. The victims, their faces forever frozen in time, became tragic symbols of the human cost of the illicit drug trade. The families of the victims still cling to the hope that one day, justice will be served. But for now, they are left to grapple with their grief and the agonizing uncertainty of unanswered questions. The Riverside Massacre serves as a stark reminder that even in the pursuit of justice, some cases remain shrouded in darkness, leaving behind a chilling legacy of violence and despair. Anyone with any information about this criminal act, please call the Riverside County Police.